Hello and welcome to Taekwondo Training. I'll be your instructor for today's show, Bob Lemire. Once again, today we're going to use the bow staff, whatever you call it, or you want to call it. And we're going to go very basic again. All right. This is a nice one. You don't have to, you can buy these, you can buy them online or whatever. They're pretty easy to get, and they're all different styles. This is flanged on both sides, a little thicker in the middle. I like that because it gives me more balance to move it around. Again, we're going to go very basic. I'm going to show you a couple of defense moves, a couple of kicks after an attack, just as basic as you can get. Now, a lot of times if you go on YouTube and you watch some of these people and you say, they're going so fast and crazy, it's great to watch. But you'll turn it off saying, I'd never be able to do that. Well, we're going to go some basic stuff that you can do if you have a staff, a bow, or even a big long stick, big long broom handle or whatever that you have in your house. And you could use that for self-defense if you needed to. Great thing about this, I could keep this in the back of my car, the back seat, the back floor, in the trunk, whatever, or I'd keep it in my bedroom or in the house if I needed it, all right, just for self-defense. Great thing about this is you got the length. If someone's going to attack you, you've got 4, 5, 6 feet, depending on how you're hitting, ahead of him as he's trying to come in. And there's so many ways you can hit and attack with the bow, and every one of them is lethal. The tip of this, and as you hit hard with the tip of this on any part of the body, will cause a lot of pain and a lot of damage. All right? So once again, and as I say every show, if you want to have your little children to learn some easy stuff, that's fine. Be there with them. And don't let them do it with each other, two little kids, because somebody's going to get banged up and hurt. It's kind of good to do alone. Maybe outside, no mirrors, no light fixtures or anything in your room, because you will break them, believe me. And as much as I like to fool around with this, it drops, it falls. I would never go crazy in here with speed or any kind of crazy. There's all kinds of lights and cameras. So we always do basic anyway. I want you to look at the show saying, I can do that. That ain't that hard. All right, basic. A lot of times people grab, see a stick or something, they want to grab it down here, and they want to start swinging. Well, maybe you'll hit your target. But when you miss, you're way off balance, all right? So my thing is always to try to get what we call a choke up, like you would choke up a bat in baseball to get more leverage with the bat. You can hold it in the middle, you can hold it on the side, you can, there's a million little ways to hold it, different grips. Check them out on your own, how you feel. I'm going to show you some very basic, the very first one I'm going to show you is just sometimes you see this, and I'm going very slow. The more you do it, all right, the more you do it, the quicker you're going to get. And all you're doing, keeping your hand nice and loose, your wrist, and if you do this with your wrist, you're doing it, all right? Do that with your wrist. You got this in your hands, right? All right, look at it. And what that's good for, that's a nice little workout. And it's kind of fancy, all right? So you practice that, and if you have a mirror, keep the mirror way away, all right? And try not to hit your elbows or hit your head. Does happen. Go easy. Start slow. As I say, if you watch some people who are really, really good at this, they've been practicing for years and years and years, you look and you say, I'll never do that. Well, unless you practice, you wouldn't never do it. You couldn't do it. And if you decide you want to do it, you're going to practice a lot. So we're going to do some basic, all right? This is kind of basic, just to get this type of feel. And you want to say, wow, yeah, well, let's get the stick moving around, all right? So that's one little thing. Go like that with your hand, all right? You get the stick. Keep your hand kind of relaxed, right? You can keep it if you want to keep your hand open, good. If you don't, all right? But you just, all right? It's intimidating, too, for your someone who's going to attack you. You're intimidating with them with that kind of move. They're saying, uh-oh, this guy knows a little. A little is good when you have a pole in your hand or a bow. All right, so say you're going like this, right? You've already practiced this, right? All right, you practice setting up, all right? So you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? You set up. Just practice that. So you have, the more you practice little things like this, the more control you're going to have over this bow. And what the thing is, you're going to get used to it. You're going to get used to where your hands, you don't want to do that over here. You want to do it in the middle. All right? So you're going to know where exact middle is. All right? Even on this one, there's a little fine line, and you can feel it. It's exactly in the middle. I think it was made that way. I don't know what. And you can feel it. So now I know I'm exactly in the middle. So then you're going to have same amount of weight on both sides. It's going to be easy for you to handle. All right? You can actually hold the bow down here. See how I'm not holding it this way because now it's wobbly, but I'm holding the bow this way. All right? All right? And what I like to do is when I tell my students, I'm instructing anybody, is when you hit, all right, whether you hit down or hit, it's almost like I'm throwing a punch, all right? And you're getting your hip jog into it, all right? So if you hit, and I'm in a stance, trying to be in a stance where I'm going to keep my balance as I'm moving fast, and I can get my hip jog. So you can hit like this, look at, or you can give the snap. And that snap with the hip jog, again, it's like baseball. They snap. They don't swing the baseball like this without a snap in the hip. Right? Golf, the hip comes in. The hip in Taekwondo or any sport, you need the hip action to draw more power. All right? So you want to think of that. So if you were hitting here or here, grip either way, right? You're snapping. Boom. Now, notice if I hold it this way and I snap out and hit, I can come back. I'm ready for another attack. Here. All right? I can block. I've got total control of this in two directions, and I still have 2 or 3 feet more than my opponent. All right? Distance-wise. So he's coming at me, but I can reach him before he can reach me. That's what's great about having. They're not illegal. It's a broomstick, right? But this is, this would be kind of nice. You like walking your dog, but you're worried about coyotes or something in Drake or wherever you live. Just have a little bow with you, all right? And believe me, this will keep a little animal away. All right, so you have nice, easy snap, almost like throwing a punch, reverse punch. Come down. See how I'm snapping? Right here, all right? And I'm all over the place. As when I do a show like this, I just kind of go with the flow. I didn't prep too much. So you're going to say, wow, he's jumping from one thing to another. It's all easy stuff. Don't worry about it. You like something? Do that. Practice that. Now, I could do this for an hour, but I think you get the gist. All right? So you practice, boom, boom. All right? So 1. And look the part. So someone's going to attack you, or someone's, maybe they have something in hand. Get into a stance. Nice back stance here. Now you're ready. All right? Whether you're going to block first or attack first. But if you snap here or hit here, you hit them on one side of the body, and they flinch, you can come back on the other side. All right? So it's like a 1-2 punch or a combination with the bow. I like to make the bow seem like I'm throwing punches. All right? Wow, bow, 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 bow. And it's just punch, punch, punch. That's all. A nice punch, punch. Uppercut, punch, punch, punch. But again, this little point here, there's where all my power is. And that's banging you up all over the body. It'll slow you down. Slow your opponent down, that's for sure. All right? So, again, you can hold this way or this way. I kind of like this way right now. 1, all right? 1, and then 2. You practice high, mid, all right? Mid, high. Any combination you want, high, high. They better be good blocking, or you just better miss them, because you're going to hurt them or knock them out, all right? Or maybe more. Especially if this little thing around here, around the face, you don't want to get hit in the eyes with this. You get hit in the eyes with this, you're going to have a problem, all right? or even the neck. Any part of your body gets hit with this, they're going to feel it, all right? So, if you hold it this way, remember and if you want to know where the middle of your stick is, when I say stick, broom handle, and you want to practice with that, that's all you have. Measure it out or whatever and put the little line so that you see where the line is. So you're definitely in the middle, all right? And now this could be done in the mirror, right? I'm turning. See, if I went this way, 1, 2, or I went this way, 1, 2, kind of the same. All right, so practice on what makes you feel better on balance. Everything's about balance, too. All right, so that's pretty easy doing that. You know, if a lot of times I like starting something like this, right? So you're here, and you practice that. Right, look at it. How's that for slow-mo? 1, 2, 3. All right, so I just did this, but I added a little fancy intro. All right, little fancy intro. Wow, wow. All right, back. This is what we call a back stance. All right, the back stance, 60% of your weight's on the back. All right, and 40% is going to be on the front. I had to do a little math there for a second. 40% on the front. You're not half and half. You're a little in the back. We used to fight from that stance years ago, and I loved it. And then all of a sudden, it's slower than the fighting stance, which is almost like walking. All right, this is a fighting stance. This is very fast compared to this. All right. So, what I do, so we'll make it. Now I'm ready. All right, and you practice that. Just starting here, here, boom, 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 all right? And then back, all right? Grab very quickly. See, after I grabbed, I just slide this way, all right, as I'm grabbing. Now, that'll give you some speed, all right? This is a nice little thing to work around, all right? So you got one of these you want to practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Work on controlling. If you're a righty, use your right. You can use your right. No one's going to know the difference. Swap it back and forth. If you're lefty, use your left for all your dominant work and movements and stuff. All right. If you're a righty, it's going to be real easy to kind of move certain moves. Lefty, it's like that awkward swinging the bat if you're lefty, or throwing the ball if you're lefty. It's really awkward, so I like to tell my students, your dominant hand, work with that for a while. Later on, let's get some stuff done with this hand. And later on, we'll throw the awkward part of your body compared to your strong. And if you're ambidextrous, bingo, you hit the jackpot. All right? So here, then back, then uppercut. Right? All right, then back. Easy, basic, but it kind of looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? So you've come here. They're making their move, whether it's midsection or high. 1, 2, 3. Uppercut. Right? 3 underneath. Boy, it's a nice little combination. They better be out of the way, and they better not be in the vicinity of that. Sometimes I use a big heavy bag, but I try to make sure that it's not a brand new one or it's something that because you can puncture it. You can do some damage to heavy bags when you're hitting this, and if you hit the tip. If I'm using a heavy bag, I like an older one, but I'll hit with the flat part, and I'll try not to hit with the tip because the tip will destroy your bag. So just food for thought there. All right. All right, so there's a couple of little different 1, 2, 3, and you can keep going, as they say. You can keep it going, boom, boom. You just practice 1, punch, punch, uppercut, 1, 2. All right, and boy, you're gonna get fast. You're gonna get fast. Again, when you're in this position, somebody's coming. Say you're here. Somebody's coming. All right, so you're here, coming with a bat, or coming with a stick, their own stick, or a knife. you come up here. All right? So whether you're here and you practice. If someone was coming with a knife and you gave them the block here and you're trying to block whatever you can, number one. All right? But the more you do it, the better you're going to feel about where your bow is. All right? You want to get them right in the wrist. If someone's coming down this way and you snap one of these straight up, not just block, but snap it hard, you're breaking the wrist. They're coming down with it, and it's going to break that wrist like it's nothing. So the knife will fall. All right? So you practice that from any position. Even you can practice from this position and try to get a snap. All right? That's a high section block. All right? Boom. Someone's coming in with a front snap kick or something. Boom. All right? Now, after you do any of these blocks, you can throw any kick you want, and then follow up. All right? So the combinations are unlimited. It's like the lottery. 8 trillion different little ways you can change, all right, your attacks or your defense. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and use your momentum. Because I'm going this way. So say I was to hit, and then come in, kick. Use the momentum to come down. All right, and now you're dropping. That gives you more snap with your hip as you're dropping to the ground. Okay, it's a nice little block. You could block. Somebody's coming, throwing a punch or throwing a whatever. They're coming this way. All right, you're snapping. And not only can I attack, I can block. Bah, bah, bah. All right, so I'm looking. I blocked. As I blocked, maybe their whole body's going. I spin and throw a straight back kick. Or any kick that's going to coincide with the direction I'm going. Again, flow. Get the flow going. Okay? Again, when you're trying to hit, you can hit with the side. I can slap on the side of the head, or I can try to get that pinpoint at the top all around the head or the body. And that's most effective. When you're in, the reason I'd like to show you holding this bow, a staff, in the middle, because it's so versatile. All right. Again, you can come down here, and you can do a lot from here. But from here, I have the mobility to throw a kick when I'm here, and I can come at you very quickly at any direction. And when you get hit with it, all right, it's either going to stun you, and I'm going to be able to throw any kick or anything else I want. All right, so you one more attack here, like the bayonet attack. All right, and believe me, when you get poked straight in the midsection, straight in the face, yeah, all right. Because, again, this has got some distance, right? So let's say 4 or 5 feet, maybe longer than you would. So you got a good 5-6 foot span of you between your opponent, all right? You like that, all right? Because, and especially if they don't have a weapon or if they have a knife and you got the stick, I advantage it to you, all right? You keep an eye on that knife. But this right here, you can work on keeping them away, all right? Good way to practice. Now I'm in a fighting stance. I'm here. This right here would be hard for anyone to block. If they had a weapon in their hand and all of a sudden, like a bayonet, snap, all right? Whoa, straight, all right? Practice, if you're practicing outside, go by a fence and make a little mark. Practice how close you come to each mark. So you know where the solar plex is, all right? Very weak area, groin area, very weak area. The whole face is very weak. The throat, very weak. You got a couple of spots that if you're fast enough and you see they're opening, all right, you're going straight in. And the more and this isn't that hard to direct to a matter of an inch or two. So you can get good at This is my attack right here, say to the face. All right? So, excuse me. Make sure that when you have a bow or a staff, know that you have more distance. All right? Know that you want to make sure you keep the distance. All right? And practice how to change your hand grips. All right? Your hand grips. So it won't matter. All right? See, I'm swapping hand grips as I go, just so I get used to it. At any point, I could do this and it leaves my hand. You have to remember that, especially a novice. If you think you're going to go as fast as possible right off the bat, you're going to cause damage to wherever you are. If someone's around, you're going to hit them with this, guaranteed. This is not a toy. Again, you could use a long broom handle, take the broom off, or you could buy one. They're not expensive. And it makes a great, great defensive weapon. All right? As I say, fighting sticks, the small fighting sticks, the bow and staff, you put that in the back of your truck, all right? Or any spot where if you need it, you know you're in trouble, you just got it here, all right? You're walking down the street, you're just taking a walk. I mean, this is kind of intimidating, so I don't know if, if you're walking in a neighborhood, you want to start, but you could. They know that you're worried about dogs, stray coyotes, whatever. And believe me, coyote comes and they kind of see this. They know. They go, oh, I'm not gonna play a game with that guy, because you could take dogs and coyotes out. And if you live in the around in the country, you don't know what you're gonna meet. My advice is walk away this way with the stick. Don't don't intimidate anything. But you have the power once you have one of these. And as I say, this isn't a broom handle. This is a good staff, and it's very easy for balance for me to do certain things. When you're out in the open, and as I say, this is just basic, right? You do this, you just keep doing this, you get it really fast. There's other ones that I'm not going to do them here. Yeah, that you're flipping around your hands and you're doing stuff. I just can't have chance letting anything go with these cameras. There's 3 cameras and lights and TV monitors. So I'm not going to take the chance here. I don't. It's not like I really practice these every day or practice. This is every once in a while I'll pick it up and I'll have some fun with it. But it's easy to show your students some. The minute I have it here, boom. So it's side, front, block, hit, right, kick. Now, if you're coming up here and they're going like this, that's giving you a shot with the kick. You understand? All right, sometimes we divert. We're coming like this, all right, and we're way out in front of them, and they're going to go this way. What did they do? They left themselves wide open. That was your plan. You boom, come in, hit them with the midsection, all right? Or, even better, hit them with the midsection. And as they come down here, just meet up with a little front round kick to the head area as they're bending over. It's unlimited, the amount of combinations we can do with this. Right? As they say, go in your closet, grab a broom, take the broom part off, and now you got a handle. Go easy. And if you get hooked, you're going to want a good bow. Right? And we're only talking, I don't know, $20. You can get one anywhere. All right? You can order them online. Fun thing is to do is when you get a little advanced, you want to put a whole demonstration with a partner or a friend, and you're swinging around, you're doing different things, they're doing blocks. You could put a whole choreographic type of exhibition and have some really good fun. And I've done it with Grandmaster Pelletier for years and years. And as we do it, and no matter how, and we have a whole program that we do, no matter how much we do it and how long we've been doing it, we hit each other, and we kind of laugh. It's kind of funny when if I go down and I hit his fingers, I'll laugh because I know it's coming my way down the road, and it's a mistake. All right? So, once you're doing blocks and stuff, you kind of know where you're going to go with each other. You know, and people say, well, what if someone had a stick? You went to block and they hit your hand. Again, if they hit your hand, your fingers are going to mend. Your head and your face and your eyes might mend or knock you out, and then you're done. So you get hit with the fingers, you got hit in the fingers, that's it. All right? So I know what you're saying. You can get hurt this way, yeah, your fingers, but not the rest of your body. It's if someone's coming down with a bat or a stick or a knife. Right? Right? That's a good block right there. And that can be used underneath the chin too. All of a sudden, it's boom. Someone's coming in, you come up under the chin. There's so many different attacks, and once you start playing around with this, you're going to feel the attack. So that when you start spinning, you can start spinning and doing all kinds of different things, spinning around. Again, it's too advanced today. I don't want to get into too much advancement. My thing is, if you turn this channel on, you see me going crazy, and hey, do this, you're going to say, I don't have the time for that. So I'm giving you the most basic of Taekwondo moves of the bow and staff, so that you say, wow, that's easy stuff to do. You know, I could do that, and boy, I don't even have to buy one. All right, and it's legal. Boy, that's you hit the jackpot. All right, it's not illegal to own this. All right, this stick. Now, if you were to go hit people out of nowhere, that's assault and battery, probably with a deadly weapon. But if you're protecting yourself, saying I had to do something, I picked up this. It's a protection right there. It's not it depends the situation. We know. It's about all the time we have. It goes by fast. I hope you enjoyed it. I try to throw a lot of things in there. All right. Again, there's so much that we could do. I'm just trying to throw bits and pieces I think that are easy enough and interesting enough so that anyone can do it. A housewife, an older housewife or a younger child and stuff. Supervision's number one. That's what I'm saying. Supervision's number one when you do have anything like this in your hand. And very, very slow. It's about all the time we have. Till next time, have fun and train hard.